Hey, welcome back. So we are going to sneak up this thing, which all you have to do is just click and they walk up. This whole part right here is completely unnecessary, but it does give you good, I guess, thematic feels.
Get ready. Good. The ships are moored quite close to each other. Fire will spread easily.
What did you just do?
This part of the docks appears to be infrequently patrolled. Getting to the ships shouldn't be a problem. Let's signal to the others to move the Greek fire crate as close as they can to the galleys.
At once, Prime. Let's go.
I guess we have a couple of different options for how to get this party started. We could lob a pot of Greek fire onto the deck of that nearest galley from the pier below. That would give us a head start on our main objective. Or those three guards look half asleep. I'm sure we could take them out the same way I handled this guy here. That means less enemies to fight. I can see the merit of both plans.
Then off we go. So this is a very tough mission. And the one thing I will tell you is don't split up your guys. Like, send three one way and three another. Bad idea. Now, with that being said, I said it was tough, but now that I know what I'm doing, I think I can probably do this pretty well. We'll see. We'll see. One of the problems with doing a playthrough of this is I find myself reloading a lot in my playthrough that I'm not recording. And so I do not expect that that's going to be any different here. I mean, I have the wisdom of a little bit more experience, but anyways, I don't know how fun it is for a viewer to watch somebody reload a mission 100 times. But anyways, that's my concern. So we got some nice stuff. That would have been available if we would have waited until the end, but I always grab as I go. Like here we got another one. Let me get up to these guys, and then this is when the fire starts.
We are. How do you want to do this?
Good. We have the advantage right now since they don't even know we're here. The less guards we have...
Sneaking around and stabbing soldiers in the back. Is this how we fight? I say we toss a few fire jars onto the deck of this galley here.
Yeah, I'm not consulting with everybody. We're killing the guards.
Slow and steady wins the race. Come on.
So now they sneak up. And then bam, bam, bam. Then we go back.
Hey, wake up! The Romans have come!
And yeah,
Based on how close the ships are, I
There's
believe
three of
if we
them.
set just 2 galleys aflame, no one can stop the fire spreading.
Aim your jars at the center of each ship, near the mast. If the sails catch fire, that'll do.
so they want you to aim the jar here. The tricky part about doing that is to do that properly, you would have to climb the stairs and get like to around here before you could throw the jar. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys on the ship. It's a really tough path to take. So one of the things though is that everybody can grab a jar. Like this thing is like unlimited. So right now what we're doing is we're positioning everybody. And of course you got these jerks that we need to kill. There's no need to be out front though. So what you're going to see is I'm going to bring everybody back. And then because he's the armor guy, we got to put him up front. So we're going to go ahead and start. So I'm going to pick the armor guy. We're going to go up, grab one of these. So he has a Greek fire in his hand. It's a one and only one time. It doesn't cost an action, like a orange. It doesn't cost the orange diamond. It's just a one-time use. That's why it has the red circle here. And they can throw it, like I showed you, like a little bit of distance. And what it does is it'll burn the spot it hits and anything around it. And so I did that, and then I'm just gonna use up all my movement points to get back to where we started. So then we got Bestia here, who has the most movement points. So we're gonna have him pick up the Greek fire and do like they suggested. We're gonna go near the boat. You can see these guys on the boat don't know we're here. They haven't been alerted yet. So we could throw it up onto the boat, but it's like miles away from where it needs to be. But the fire does spread, so that's what we're gonna do.
Here to sabotage the fleet! Sound the alarm!
Right. We have successfully woken up all of Mytilene. We need to burn those ships quickly, or this whole operation will have been for nothing.
Alright, so that'll spread. He can come back and get more. Have the archer come up. Get some. Bring the archer up some more. Get behind some cover. And then do an interrupt, which is beautiful. And then my character will go up, grab one. You can see I don't have nearly as many movement points, but I could try to do this. I could try to get over here as well. There's at least one, maybe two archers that are going to be up here that are going to be able to shoot down. So we got to be careful. But there's more than one ways to get this ship. We can come around this way and come up the ramp on this side. And then the other ship is right here as well. So what I recommend is instead of splitting up your group, like right now he's split up from us, probably not the best idea, is keep the group together. Because then you can take down these guys quicker, because everybody only does a little bit amount of damage each. And overall it works out best in the long run. And there's no time limit. So as long as we methodically clear out, we can go up the ramp and do this, and then if this fire doesn't spread like I plan, I can go up this ramp and do that one. Because everybody's got a Greek fire in their hand, and this guy will too. He'll run back and grab one and then join us. So here we go. I end the turn, and yeah, everybody's moving now. And of course, we take the 4 damage.
I'm covering this area.
That was me with my my archer, and then we got another one with the archer, which is perfect. And these guys will run off their ship, which means they leave their ship completely abandoned, pretty much.
I see them. Let's get those bastards!
I think that one archer does stay in front of the ramp. You can see these guys are all coming up. And this fire will damage all of them if it ever spreads. This is an unfortunate spot. It would have been better if it was there, but... And yes, reinforcements arrive from off the map, and they have the little chess piece there, which is annoying. Alright, so let's go wreak some havoc. I have the shred stuff. This guy needs to be shredded, but he's too far away for now. So right now we just need to go murder, death, kill. Alright, and then he gets another action, which he's not going to be able to do. So he'll just stay there. And we come up. I also get another action. As long as they don't have an archer, I'm okay. I'll get up, take some cover. And then of course we have our shield, which I'm going to move up. And then Bestia, best get out of there. Oh, there's none remaining, so there's only one per character. I did not ever realize that, so there we go. I can't even get another one, so I'm just going to keep running. And then we have our archer. which we will once
Lure
again
them closer. I'll shoot
do
as
that.
soon as I see them. I'll hold this angle.
So they're running towards us.
Didn't see that,
That was
coming,
awesome.
huh?
That's a little ridiculous, but since it was so far away, it did reduce damage. And yeah, that archer's not staying there, so they're abandoning that ship completely.
Form up. We'll face them together.
And yeah, they're going to come down the stairs here. Which is unfortunate, because the fire, had it been positioned a little better, we would have actually... And you know what? We could reload, right? And try again. That's always something you can do. I'm not feeling the heat too much yet. But let's go up and... kill that one. I'm gonna move that one at least forward one more. And this guy could go up and try to hurt him, but it's 15 health. That's a lot of health, so we're just gonna come around this way because, like I said, there's no rush, and keep your team bundled together, and you can take on the guys that come up near you. So even though I took some damage here, I'm gonna be okay. And then the archer has more actions left. So this is where it gets interesting, because this guy has a shield, so the archer's gonna dink against the shield and it won't do anything. But we could, for example, move here and then do this.
I'm covering this area.
And I can't get... Well, hold on, 1, 2, 3 spaces away. And I think that did shred 1 armor. So he had 3 shield. When you shred armor, the armor that I'm talking about is this little dot here. See that little thing? That's an armor. The fact that he has 3 shield, I don't know if the shredding actually reduces that to 2 shields. We'll find out as soon as this is done. Yep, he got 2 shields. I don't know if he just gets 2 shields a turn, or I think he would get 3. And then they don't show it, but everybody on the boat here. I do like that when they're far enough away, they just move as a group. So you're not watching them move one at a time. And these guys are going to be a problem coming up behind us here. Alright, so I don't know if he's going to regenerate 2 or 3 shields normally, or if my shredding actually works, but it doesn't matter. We're going to go ahead and you got to be careful, because this is a 2 hex and 3 hex. I will back up, and the moment I back up, I'm going to get an opportunity attack against me. So you got to don't do the 2 hex attacks or 3 hex, because he really will back up to be 2 hexes away. So I have to do the death blow, because that's the only one. They're all range 2 hexes. Yeah, none of these are good. So let me use my sword, get rid of his shields. And then we're going to use these guys, come in and finish them off. So you can click and then click again when you don't like the movement that they do. So we're going to do... I don't have them flanked, so we're going to do this one.
These people are so weak.
We did 7 damage. Right, that's all we were able to do. And then this guy can... You gotta click, and then the problem is if I click again, well, he could do reach. You can't see because this guy's in the way. It's a little annoying. Yeah, so by the time I get to there, he's flanked, but I don't have any skills to use. And this is going to be unfortunate because everything's range 2. Yeah, see, I'm going to take damage. Alright, so I got to move up. Alright, I got him. But I didn't get a bonus attack. And then I can't get close enough to him. This archer's going to move up and hit one of us. Pretty easily, in fact. But I will go ahead and hide here for now. And we could use a Greek fire because I don't need all 1, 2, 3. They're all 5 characters. I just need 2 characters. One to throw one here, and one to throw one there. And this one's only needed if this fire doesn't spread like I think it will. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end it. They make you click twice just to make sure. I like that feature about end turns. This was not unexpected.
They're over there! Advance! Now, brethren! They will never see.
Yeah, and see more reinforcements come. So one of the things I'm realizing I'm challenged with is all my skills are 2 hexes or more. And when they get me like this, I'm actually in trouble. But let's get our heavy going. I don't care if he can't attack. Just getting him next to the archer is going to make the archer take damage. Because that archer is going to want to run away, and then we're going to be able to get a free swing on it. So then that allows me to come back with Bestia here. We're going to go ahead and apply some bleeding to him. And then get a free one of those going. I don't want to use this yet. And then for this guy, we're going to come and heal me.
It's all right. You're going to live.
So there we go. We healed 5. That was important. We had some damage. Then we got our archer, right? We got lots of guys coming. I can go after this one. I can finish this one off. Or I can go into interrupt mode and at least get 2 shots in when these 2 guys come. So I think I want to do the latter. So
Lure them closer. I'll
I will
shoot
do
as
that.
soon as I see them.
And then yeah, I got this guy, which again I would have to back away. Now, why did that work? Well, because I had nowhere to back away to. So there was no way for him to back up. So I don't question it. It's part of the mechanics. You would think he would not be able to do the attack because since the spear is so long, right? You know, you know, it's like having a long shotgun inside of a narrow hallway. You know, it's hard to aim and shoot, right? Because the dang thing is so long. But nope, not the case here. I was able to finish him off. And yeah, there we go. So I'm going to hit end turn. And just so you could see, the fire is spreading.
I see them. Let's get those bastards.
Those guys we're going to have to deal with probably next round. These ones are coming up.
Come on, this way.
Those 2 will get shot.
I'm covering this area.
This one will probably hit somebody. Nope. That one was the free shot I was telling you about. And it wasn't enough to kill it, but we still damaged it. And now here we are. We got two of these guys are not very strong. We have a 15 health here. We have a lot going on. This archer's going to probably get a free shot on us because I won't be able to take them all out. So I want to move to here. And then do my sword and hit both of these guys. It only did a 2 and a 1, which was really poor. That means this guy will get hit one more time, but will probably survive it. So how do I want to do this? This guy, obviously, I need to take out. These two are weaker. So he's stuck. He has 0 movement points. So he can stand there and do nothing. So we don't have to worry about him. So I can move this one down to help kill the archer. But that archer will shoot. But let's... before he goes, we're going to go ahead and heal.
Aid me. There is strength in unity.
Does this hurt?
There we go.
Good,
That
means
helps.
you're fine.
So now we can come down. I can't backstab. Yep, he's as good as done. So I could try to run away, but there's only one space to go. I'm still going to do it, and then just turn around so I'm facing them. Turn around, by the way, is just a right click. And then since there's 2 guys coming, I will do that. And I think that's everybody. Yep. Oh, and then let's check on our fire. See, it's spreading. I will take damage. As expected.
Lure them closer. I'll shoot as soon as I see them.
Oh, and see, look, we only got 1 shield out of 2. I think they might have shredded me. And you can see there's 2 pips on my, right here. There's 2 pips removed. And that's my strong. So I have to do this to get those strong back. And then the deflecting helps me to... I'll actually, like, they swing at me and it'll actually do no damage. But right now I want to do this because I can hit 2 guys at once. Done. And then we got a lot going on here. So this guy was stuck. He is now unstuck. But I can just stuck him again. And this is the beauty of this class. So he can't move, and I can just do this again and again until he dies next round. Isn't that awesome? So we got our healer back here, who I am not sure. Whoops. I don't know if I can get in. I can't get close enough to do any damage. That hurts. Because I might as well finish him then. And then just move him up. Same with him. And then with the archer... This gets tricky because if I do this, these are the only 2 that could trigger it. And they move forward 1 space, she would shoot. I think I might be better off. I'm not going to be able to kill it. And that one has shields. So I can't even hurt that one. Oh boy. So then that means I want to move maybe a little more this way. And then at least kill one of those. So now my action's restored. Why was my action restored this time and not some other time? I don't know what the difference is. Maybe because I had movement points left? Because the green keeps getting smaller and smaller? Maybe that's it, as long as I have a movement point left. Alright, so I just used 2 actions, killed 2 guys, and I got another shot. Now I can do this, which I think I will get a shot on him. The problem is this one will just bounce off. And so I might as well just shoot him directly. I have my fire arrow, or I can try to shoot that one, which I do have the ability to hit. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to shoot a fire arrow, archer on archer. So now he's burning. He'll take, 2 damage or whatever on the start of his turn. Oh, and I got another action. I didn't even realize this. That is just going to hurt shields. Could I somehow flank him? Not easily. So I'm just going to go here then. Apply some bleeding. This guy will die as soon as he starts his turn.
Hang on, friends. We're here to save you.
And then we got that nonsense. That's going to just keep happening every so many turns. So you do have to eventually, cut and run. But with all the enemies that there were, it's not always easy to do. Alright, so I got him facing this way. In a really weird way. I need to... I don't know. I don't have enough movement points to go up and flank him. Dang it. I did this wrong. That's okay. We're going to just go up and... His shield's gone. So the archer can finish him off. But the archer,
I'm covering this area.
that's the better thing. Then we got me, who has the problem of backing up. And you can see he'll still get his opportunity attack on him. And we're going to go ahead and shred. And... yeah, I don't know if there's a way... Like, can I do this in a way where I prevent him from backing up? And I don't think there is. And I never had this happen to me before, where all my skills were 2 hexes. I mean, it's almost like it cripples me. And here you can see the fire spreading. Now I can flank him. That one worked. I don't know why. Or it could be because we attacked him so many times, he doesn't get the counterattack anymore. I don't understand it. That's a mechanic I apologize. I never figured out yet.
I'll hold this angle.
Yep, there's my hit. And remember, every one of these guys are bleeding out. So they're all still alive. So if a medic ever came into this area, could start resurrecting them, and then they rejoin the battle. It's actually very problematic. But, thankfully, that's not happening here. The medic thing sort of comes later in the game. Action restored. Like, that was awesome. And then I was able to do that and still run. And that's what we're going to do with everybody. And you don't have to wait until somebody finishes moving. You can just keep moving them all. And like I said, if you want to spend actions, you can kill off these guys and finish them off. But it spends actions to do. The fire's progressing nicely. So that's an easy peasy. So that ship is done. That's a direct hit. I don't need the fire to spread or anything. And then here you can see it's well on its way. So I made it look easier by being grouped together. And that's the power of being grouped together. But to be quite honest, the last time I played this, I had a well-placed fire, I think, in the middle here. And these guys like ran like lemmings right through the fire to get to me, and every one of them was burning to death as they were climbing down the stairs and coming at me. So by the time they got to me, they were all dead. So it happens. I guess there's more than one way to play the game, which is good. The other thing, like I said, you can spend all your movement points and still throw your fire.
That's done it. There's no saving these galleys now.
And there you go. So we won. Everybody's uninjured, which is excellent. So then they just move us to here to talk about our job well done.
I call this a success. Even the harbor itself is aflame. Let us be the conquerors of Mytilene.
Okay, so we have to rendezvous with the Legion. I guess I lied. I said there was no more chairs. Look, there's one there that highlights. Now you can see some of the guys on the ground have highlights on them. So each one of those are opportunities to pick things. So 47 money is actually a decent amount of money. And we're getting, like, the items, they get better and better. The colors get a little more golden, I guess. The game could stand to do a better job of differentiating, you know, what one item does from another. And then look at this nonsense. There's fire everywhere. So I don't think there was any items to pick up. If there is, there's no way we're getting through the fire. There is an item over here, though. And we picked up the ones on our way in, which is good. Ooh, that's a really good. Now this stuff, we're eventually going to get our own workshop, and you can make your own items and upgrade items, stuff like that. Then yeah, so now you can see it's getting more and more, like this thing just fills up more and more. Now there is a way to dismantle, and it's written right here. See, it says hold to dismantle. So this basic armor, if I right click, I can see I just got some salvage for it. I think I got 13 of regular salvage. But you still need it. Like, you need lots of this regular stuff. And like, this is a gladius that I know I'm not going to use. And I actually didn't pay attention to what I got for that. So let's not do that anymore until I make sure we have everybody equipped here. So here's a better helmet. In fact, I don't have a helmet at all, so yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Then we go here. So this shield has one more strength, because that's just a 2 shield strength. So we're going to go ahead and put that on. That's way better than that one. That's a dagger. We don't want to equip that. We could equip a spear instead of the sword, but I like the sword for him. Then we go to Sinuros, and you can see there's not really an upgrade there. This one has several. Get some armor going. And I thought it said that there was something else better. Maybe it was that armor there. So this dagger has rupture and backstab. They both pretty much do the same thing. And here you can see the bow's not any better. And the armor It's saying that this dagger is better than the sword, which I find fascinating. It's because of the three damage. We're gonna keep the sword. So there you have it. So now, in order to, you know, prevent your inventory from turning into madness, um, so this belongs to Sinuros. So I don't think I can do anything with that one. I guess I could disarm it. I definitely want to disarm that. So, man, where does it tell me what I get? So I'm at 44. Like, what do I get for it? Oh, here it is. 16 salvage, 9 good salvage, 2 pristine. Oh, that was really good. Let's do this one. Oh, some of these give us nothing. What kind of crap is that? That gave us 21. See how it's blue? These little banners here that has a blue banner. That's good medium armor, and then regular is the silver. Oh, that might have been a mistake. I might need Bestia's armor so I can upgrade it later. Let's see, look, we got the... I'm committed now. Let's go ahead and just keep doing it. Now, one mistake I made here is you eventually get to hire more guys, and we need to equip them. So we're going to need to do stuff. And it also said that I learned recipes. So when I get the workshop or whatever, I'll be able to craft things. And it looks like I'll be able to craft their weapons again, but their basic armor is crap. And so maybe there's some kind of way to upgrade their basic armor that I failed to understand. But it looks like we can just recreate it. And also, we got ourselves some, like, we're up to 190. We were at 44 before. So you get some nice materials. Some of these materials we picked up from the chests. And each of these are, like, going to be, like, this will be used to make armor. That's used to make shield, of course. And then, and so forth. The linen we use to make bandages, which we can use to heal people. Excuse me. And then, of course, the Roman numeral 2 means we're level 2. And none of them have the symbol, so we haven't leveled up. You can see we're at 140 out of 200. Then we need to go rendezvous with Themis. And yeah, that's your party management. Alright, so we gotta just come back to the horse. Or the boat. So basically, I think we gotta go there. And we're such a small group. Okay, this is another thing that happens. You get these random encounters along the way. So we can rest and go for a swim, or keep going. We'll go for a swim. So all the Praetorians, their loyalty to me goes up. And I don't know, like, what's the meter, right? You know, this was the one person that was upset with me because I I didn't kill the shipmaster. But you can see, look, this one is now unwavering. I don't think that was. I think that was something else before. Um, you know, what causes it to flip or change? I have no idea. But I can tell you that, like, there's hesitant, and then there's, like, disgruntled, and then there's even levels below that. Um, and then, of course, there's levels above. So, these two, of course, are very much on my side. This one is getting there, and then Julius, I got to work on. But there's going to be a cutscene where I'm going to be able to gain a lot of points with her. So, alright, so we go to our city, and this is going to be like when we control our own legion. Hint, hint, something's coming. Um, we get to do all this stuff all the time that you're seeing here. So, yes, our water is replenished. And, if I zoom out a little, there's a little bit of conversations to be had by certain people. Um, I don't think they change very often. In fact, I usually skip them. Yeah, so a little bit of change.
How do you feel about it? Smells can conjure intoxicating memories. Are you nervous? A bit of nervousness would be good. It keeps you on edge. After all, the will of the gods is difficult to predict. You must forge your own destiny. He's a speculator. It would be foolish to trust a soldier whose primary weapon is deception. It can be a challenge if you find it difficult to trust him. But every challenge is an opportunity. Know that he's deceptive by nature and try to learn from him.
What do you need? I am not. I have seen these bandits. They are worthless as opponents. It will not be a boring day, for we will be fighting, but exciting. I doubt that. The flames lit the skies in a glorious display of celebration and sent fear to the hearts of our enemies. They must be trembling now. Fair question. Cowards don't make worthy enemies. He has skill. You can tell by the way he handles the bow and the blade. He is a spy, is he not? That is his business.
Yes,
At your
indeed.
service.
Then this is Queso.
Something on your mind, kid? I've been a soldier since I was 16. The sound of clashing swords soothes my soul. Don't get me wrong, I love Rome. But to me it represents a short break from war. Or perhaps the build-up leading to the next campaign. Once before, there was another rebellion we had to quell. These lands are beautiful, but the Again Mare, I wouldn't trust her. She's a treacherous mistress. Don't be fooled by her deep blue eyes. I was surprised too. I was told Greek oak is both fire and waterproof, but they burnt easily enough. I wonder what they're thinking. Now their fleet, every problem has a solution.
Sorry, I'm going too fast.
That's what Warcraft is all
I
about.
want to click, 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 and get through all this and get to the action. And I apologize because I know some folks, especially if I'm recording, I need to let them read and see and hear.
No doubt. A battle is first won in your mind, kid. If you think you're going to lose, then you certainly will. Your duty will probably end at the conclusion of this campaign. People like me, though. Our duty ends when we die on the battlefield. I'll continue being the warrior hero, as long as damsels of this world continue finding themselves in distress. Depends on the damsel, doesn't it? But I doubt it. Caeso Quinctius Aquilinus shall never be domesticated. That's because I have a reputation for tracking my foe relentlessly and striking without mercy, just like an eagle. Thank you. Few people actually earn their name. I hope you will earn yours.
So, the whole something isn't right, blah, blah,
In
blah.
my experience, it's not age that determines the proficiency of a warrior. Character, intelligence, and the sheer will to survive, amongst other things. Look, I have met warriors like, him. Things may not always be what they seem. Wait until you pass judgment.
It's like everybody knows that it's not a him. But, I don't know. It's a silly aspect to the game, but, you know, because she's like some Jonah Arc, you know, kind of thing going on, but, anyway, she's over here.
That's close enough. What do you want? Imagine a door that is locked. And imagine you need to open that locked door, preferably discreetly. But someone else has the key. Now, you can always smash the door into pieces with a great hammer. Sure, that works too. Or we find out whoever's holding the key and kill him. A few seasons. Lucullus has a knack for recognizing talent. He immediately saw me for what I was. You're a survivor. I am not. Rome is a place of stasis and passivity. Here, I feel alive. Sure, as long as I'm not in Rome. Why? It really isn't. No offense, but information is the most dangerous thing in my line of work. The less you know about me, the better it is for both of us.
And I'm not doing that. That upsets her. So,
You seen Aegler again tonight?
now there's new guy here.
What happened?
So, little man, you must be new. I am Spurius Quincius Carius, merchant extraordinaire and purveyor of wondrous items. And who might you be?
Clear as well, then.
That I find very unlikely. I'm an excellent judge of character, and you look like a person who would faint at the mere mentioning of blood. Besides, cutting a merchant's tongue out is bad for business. Enough pointless chatter. Poverty grows from idleness. Now, if you're not going to buy anything, please do kindly remove yourself from my stall. Whatever people are willing to pay for, and whatever I can provide. The best of food, medicine so potent even the dead may rise, and of course, the most delicious sowie money can buy. There's a matter of storage space, of course. More space means more wondrous items to stock, and possibly lower prices for my most loyal customers. You are obviously not familiar with the matters of commerce. Allow me to enlighten you. There are 3 things every merchant needs. Location, location, location.
Okay. Alright, so, they're explaining, like at the top it'll tell you whether or not he's ripping you off. There's 4 goods that he has for sale, and there's 4 goods that we have. They're talking about so if the arrow is up, it's abundant. If it's down, it's scarce. And of course, that's going to drastically affect the price. So the slaves are abundant right now. So they have a lower price than normal. So I can come over here and say, okay, I want to spend medicine on slaves. And then it would cost me 54 medicine to get 9 of those slaves. The slaves are the most expensive thing in the game. If I do, okay, money and slaves, it's going to cost me 1,800 to get those 15 slaves. That's actually a lot. Theoretically, I'm buying 15 slaves for 1,800. Later on, when they're not abundant, I should be able to sell those 15 slaves for more than 1,800 and make a profit. So anyways, let's do that. So I just bought those, and then we have the rations. So these are scarce, so they're higher price. So that's 1,080 for 60 rations is ridiculous. But what I can do is I can flip it on them. I don't know why it's... There we go. So, since the rations are scarce, I could get 1,000 for 152. Yeah, I don't want to sell my rations too much. But let's say I sell 50 of them. get 400 bucks. So let's see if I try to buy 50 later if it costs me less than 400. It's a little experiment because I never played this to actually try to profit off the market. But we'll try it. That gives us some of our money back too. Um, the slaves are something you need a lot of, so I understand why they're so
march into battle naked if it meant they could
expensive.
afford to feed us better.
Solway.
The smoke of the fires still hang as a thick carpet above Matilene. I am impressed with your ability to cause mayhem.
Alright, I'm going to be humble.
Humility is a quality a capable man should always possess, providing it is backed by skill. I like the enthusiasm. Lucullus has told me much about your upbringing and your training, but war is much different than personal combat. Before we leave, go to the practice area and seek out Garwius, who trains the Speculatores. He will teach you a few last important things.
Okay, so tutorial is coming to an end pretty soon. We have this plus another mission, maybe 2 missions, before the tutorial ends. And then, of course, you know, this is basically, this guy is always here. You can do this over and over again.
Solway, did Thermos send you my way? You have the bearing of a man who knows how to handle himself. You know how to fight. But you've never been to war, have you? Well, the Legion is marching out soon, so we don't have time for the full regimen anyway. Let me show you how to use a pilum, and maybe how to bandage a wound, if it comes to that. Call over your friends, and we'll get started.
Okay, so the archer you want to put right behind the barricade here. The guys with the spears you want along the edge. And your heavies, usually I have 2 of them that go there, but this is fine. And then we're going to go ahead and start, and you just have to win the practice fight against all these guys.
Alright, let me see how good your throwing arm is. Aim that pilum for my shield. The tip is designed to break off and stick in the shield, making it difficult to use.
So this is just teaching you how to use technical items. So my character in particular has a pilum. So I'll go up here on the thing. This has 2 uses. If I throw at his shield, I'm able to, well, that actually breaks his shield. So it got rid of all 5 of the shields that he had. And then with the shield broken, that means he won't be able to regain shields at the beginning of the next turn, I believe. And then we can do like the 3 hex thing here. And do a lot of damage to at least one guy. Now, one of the things I could have done is just not done anything and had my archer, you know, as they move towards us, she just shoots them all down. But instead, I'm going to go ahead and put him on fire. And then we got some armor shredding we can do. And not quite able to get there, but just get up and put up the shield. This guy can not quite get there either, so we'll just come up and maybe go halfway and end our turn.
Maintain formation! Let's hit them with everything we've got! I've got this direction covered.
Okay, so it's a little challenging, but it's still doable. And here I can hit 2 of these guys or 2 of those guys. I'm going to go ahead and hit these two. So it's just 3 and 2. We can finally flank. Wow, that took him down. That was really good. And then, of course, our archer can archer. Oh, didn't quite kill him, so don't get the energy back. And then here we got all this stuff. This one says it's a range of 2 hexes, but I can do it 1 hex away. Like, this does not back me up. I gotta remember that. And then I can back up so I don't take a beating from this guy, and this guy. I do have bandages, so I can, for example... Oh, I can't target myself. Now these Vallejo, or whatever they're called, Valus, the rogue types, sometimes you'll see them do 0 damage to you, and you think, oh, that's great. But what they did was they disarmed you. The weapon doesn't actually fall on the ground, but for 1 round you can't use it. Alright. So the morale check, one of these guys basically is failing their morale. My archer can't see anybody, so I'm going to go ahead and move out. Can still attack somebody. Just 2 guys left.
It's too much. We'll lose. This is it.
Let's see. He panicked and killed his own guy. Or no. How did... Oh. I must have been bleeding. So I went down. And this is the... So 3 turns later I will die. But this is a training mission, so they don't hurt you when you're training. And when you have backstab, you can always move behind an archer. Like so. And then do that. And then do that. I think I wasn't considered flanked because I have to have him engaged with someone else. So that was unfortunate. Doesn't matter, he's still dead. Alright, so we win, and I won't have any injuries.
You can keep that equipment. Hope it serves you well at Metilene.
And then all that was just basically a glorified way of training you to use the pilum and the bandage. Which, I never used the bandage. The pilum, I think, because I used it once... Nope, it refreshed. So these are limited items. So once you use them, they're gone. And again, when we get the workshop, we can, or there's another building, I think, you can assign a guy to it, and he can replenish those. So once you buy those, or build those tactical items, you can use them again and again. Alright, so we're going to come back.
Did Garwius finish with you? Very good. There's always more to learn, if we live long enough to do so. We shall march through this pass and descend on Mytilene. Providing you did your job well, they should be expecting an attack from the sea, allowing us to surprise them from the land. Unlikely, since no one knows we are coming.
Still, he has a point, Legate. Perhaps we should post sentries.
It will only slow us down. The longer we take, the more we risk that the enemy learns of our plans. Now let's get going. Signal the Legion to assemble.
Well, you know where this is going. And like I said, this whole island that I'm on right now, this is just tutorial. The game really hasn't even started yet. But we're getting very close to getting to the start.
You have really made a name for yourself in a short time, my friend. Perhaps you would permit me to join your speculatores. With your skill in combat and my strategic mind, as long as we are together, we will...
Ambush!
Battle formation! Get back in formation, you fools!
Norcus minucius thermus. Why, you seem to have no command of your soldiers at all. This is the problem with you Romans. Politicians have no place in war. Kill them all! We have no need for prisoners.
The Legatus is still alive. His Praetorian Guard is holding off the enemy for now.
Let's get him out of there. Form up and push forward.
Okay, so we do have to go to Thermus and save him. We have to save him within 4 rounds. And everybody has to survive. Even if they go down and they're bleeding out, it's not good enough. The mission will end. So this one, it's extra strict. This is where he is. This little red outline is where you need to stand in order to be able to trigger the saving part. The thing that confused me is he's already bandaged. It says, but it doesn't say use the bandage on him. So he will resurrect or stand back up with, I think, 1 health. So you can use bandages to, you know, get him better than 1 health. All the green guys are on our side, and they will fight fairly okay. But yeah, we have a lot to do here. So first thing first, I'm going to put... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Bestia here. And then our heavy here. Archer there is fine. And then Cineros and me here. Cineros is our medic, so we probably need to get him back there. We got 3 guys in between us. This is their medic, so we got to be mindful, because I could pick these guys down and then that jerk just brings them right back up. These 3 are pretty easy to handle with just him alone, because I have help from him. This is the random part, is sometimes this guy does a great job of helping us, and sometimes he doesn't. And the archer, you know, can help as well. Now, the reason for this guy here is we got to run around this hill and take out this guy, or otherwise he's just an annoying pain in our neck. So we got to take him down. And there's another one over here that's a lot harder to get to, because by the time I take him out and clear these 3 guys so I can get this up. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I was receiving a phone call. It was a scammer. So by the time I get to this guy, a whole bunch of reinforcements are going to show up, so I can't get through them. So this guy just stays up here and plucks you apart. So the only thing I found that you can do is get your archer up here and basically counter archer. But if he's behind, if he's behind the rock or has any protection, archers can't hit anybody that's behind cover. So. Anyways, that's the plan. I have reloaded this mission many, many times. So, no promises. Alright. This guy has armor. It might be nice to shred him. And even nicer to stuck him, huh? Let's stuck him. Yeah, he's not stuck because I didn't do any damage to him. Very interesting. I should have done this first.
My Zeus, look at you!
That was a lot of damage. I think I'm going to back up. Alright, so he's crippled. Yeah, not enough damage. I don't want him to back up too much because I got to get through to here, and it takes at least 2 turns to get there. But we have 4 at the moment, and we got to move cautiously. Because remember, the mantra is stick together, and I'm already dividing up my guys a little bit. But this archer, we for sure need to take down. This, I just need 1 turn with him to come up and hit both of these. Oh, that was horrible. Usually he does like 3 or 4 damage to each one. And then the archer, I can go after that one. He resisted the burning. What a jerk. Alright, and that's it. That guy's bleeding. He'll die on his own. That was excellent.
I think I can flank them.
This is not normal, which I'm very happy he's doing, but... jerk. And down he goes. Alright, I'm in a bit of trouble with my archer. First, let's do the easy one. Bestia. Apply bleeding. That works fine. Just kill him. This guy should have done more damage last time. See, look how much damage he's supposed to do, and he only did like 1 or 2. So I got an action restored because I killed one, and then I can do a shield crash. Action restored again. That's all I could do. This is the one in trouble, because to hit him... If I do this, he gets a shot on me. Or I can back up. He still gets a shot on me, but I at least get away from him. Yeah, he did an attack of opportunity, like it explained. And I'm just going to back up as far away as I can, because I'm really low on health with that one. And then we gotta come up and... He gained 2 of his shields back. Do that. He's panicked, which is good. And then usually when they're panicked you could run by them, but I only had 1 more movement point anyways, but I'll take it. And the bandages could be used on the archer. I need not forget that. I think the archer might be fine, because this guy's gonna get... Well, he doesn't have any damage. So this guy normally would kill him and then start running up the hill. So this guy would take care of these 2. Well, let's see. Let's see what happens. That couldn't have been a better outcome.
All idiots! We're going to die! Every man for himself!
Here, let me take care of it.
There's the healer. That's the part that hurts.
Come on, friends! We're here to save you!
Okay, so I gotta make a break for it. I do have 2 rounds left. So like I could theoretically get to like here. Do that and then see I can get a little further. Then I still don't understand the mechanic, like sometimes I'm getting bonus action, sometimes I'm not. Like I didn't get a bonus action, I just killed someone. So I don't fully understand that, but I'm gonna move up and take her down too, and then get behind some. I don't know if this is enough protection from the archer up here or not, but we'll see. This one. So you can see my heavy. This guy's up here, but I'm not worried about him. I'm going to move the heavy in this way to deal with these guys. And then Bestia, basically, if I run to here, all these guys will charge Bestia. If I run to here, they won't. So trying to keep them all together. Out of actions. Still need to save him. I think we're sitting okay. I just gotta protect my archer. And I could move my archer behind some stuff here. So yeah, they got excessive. They went up and killed the archer that was bleeding out there. I was not protected from that archer. Alright, so I can move in and pretty much hold my own ground here. That's all I do is I just remove his armor, but I can take my range 3 attack.
Really not messing around, huh?
Look at that, 13 damage. That's amazing. But yes, I gotta get in and get to business here. You just have to stand there. You don't need to have an action.
Mars, take these traitors! Thank goodness you're here. Can you get us out of this fine mess?
Our people are getting massacred. We need to fall back and get Thermos to safety.
Our best chance is to push back where we came from. Then we can join up with the rest of the Legion.
So we gotta get everybody to the exit. Then here they're reminding us, do you have bandages? Which we do. And that doesn't require an action. So we'll go ahead and do that.
You are mostly fine.
And that healed him
Get
for
back
13.
into the fight.
And then we gotta start coming back. Now I don't need the green guys to be saved. So they're gonna just do their thing. And this one's gonna do a great job of protecting us here. This one has gonna waste a couple turns, but they're gonna have to run around. This guy should be sufficient, but more reinforcements are gonna come in up here. So I don't have to worry about that. My only concern are these guys right here. And I got my heavy sort of pointed at them. Bestia can... Like, this is where we have to evacuate to. I can come down here and stand here, but some of these might come our way. My biggest problem is the number of movement points it's going to take to run in and attack. I have 1, 2, 3 that's going to swarm me. And I don't necessarily want that. So I'm just going to come get into the exit and then just hold. And if they want to waste points coming towards me, they can. Then we got my archer. Hopefully I'm not getting too close by doing this.
Lure them closer. I'll shoot as soon as I see them.
Well, who else has an action? Oh, this guy. That's right. So we can run quite far with him. Get his shield strength up. Bestia is the only one that has a gun.
I'm covering this area.
Ooh, that hurts. Yeah, he's in trouble. But let's get the double whammy in. He's got a lot of getting him healed was big. Of course, we got to move him in. And that one's the annoying guy. He's just going to keep hitting us from above. But now we can start to get a little more. Definitely want to kill the healer. And then Bestia could even move in and start taking him out. But the problem is there's no green, so we got to get closer, like doing something like this.
Get in formation! Robo Invicta!
I can't take this anymore.
They're definitely
They walk into our trap.
doing some damage to us, but not anymore.
How the dog you are.
See, and then I still have enough movement points to get back. It's crazy. Action's restored. He's out of range. Let's see how... if we can get everybody else to come back. Maybe I can just end the game right here. For the mission, I mean. Yeah, I'm going to be able to end the mission right here. That's all I have to do. Alright, so we're at this camp and we need to go back to Lukula camp. Alright, so you can see there's a lot more people in camp, but it's more or less the same old, same old. We can talk to the merchant here. So let's go up.
Son, what you did today was extraordinary. Oh, I wish your father were here to witness it. She's a fickle mistress who takes a liking to the brave.
I don't know about her, but I will never forget you saved my life. I owe you an apology. And a promotion. In my wounded state, I'm in no shape to command the Legion. And after your actions today, the Legionari consider you a hero. You saved their lives. In return, they are willing to die for you. I hereby promote you to Legatus.
So we have our own legion, folks. All of a sudden, we went from no war experience at all to now we're controlling a legion. I don't know how possible or probable that was in Roman times, but it seems a little on the improbable side. But for the purposes of the game, I do agree. I mean, I don't want to play for 4 hours before I finally get to unlock the rest of the game.
You will be in command of Legio Victrix, reporting directly to Consul Lucullus.
I'm sure Thermus will agree that I offer my legati a great degree of independence. You unequivocally are. There are none in Rome better qualified than I to be a judge of such things.
Your aim should be to take Mytilene as quickly as possible. With Archelaus in charge of its defenses, this will be no easy task. Archelaus will expect us to be rattled after that ambush. A direct assault will seem impossible to him, which is why we need to attack now.
Okay, so what do I do?
That is up to you. Gather your advisors and plan your attack the way you see fit. You are in command now.
Alright, so our legion is in the other town. This legion belongs to this guy. So let me make sure.
After the ambush, we sent a few men back into the pass to collect the fallen. This blade was brought to me by a Centurio. He said he found it on the body of young Gaius. I think you should have it. I hope you'll have a chance to do so after the war. I know you helped him with a private matter. It'll be in good hands. Keep it.
So this is why you...
I think he would have wanted that.
This is why you talk to people. So Julius Caesar, his sword was found, but they didn't find his body, and if it's the Julius Caesar that we all think he is, then clearly he lives at least until March.
Salve, son. Do you need anything?
At your service, Legate. Indeed you are. And it is the fastest promotion I've ever witnessed. Congratulations.
Yes, it is. Alright, so now we go out and we talk to our people, and then we gotta go... We're gonna go meet our legion.
Termine. Being legatus places much responsibility on you. If we lose, even if it's due to bad luck, you will be responsible, not Fortuna. Good. But do not forget, a commander should always be ready for defeat.
What do you need? I am not. His foolishness cost us dearly. He did not deserve to survive. It was not only wrong, but also dumb. It led to too many unnecessary deaths. I am sure you will not repeat his mistakes.
Okay. Go talk to this guy.
Aye, Legate. I'm just a Legion blacksmith, not a magician. If you have something particular in mind, we'll talk. But I'm still as busy as I was before you were promoted. You'll have to leave one of your people with me to help out with your commissions. From what I hear, you barely have an anvil over there. Perhaps you should make sure you have the tools I'd need. Then I'll consider it.
Okay, so once we build the workshop, he will come over, and then he'll be able to do special projects for us. It took me an awful long time to get that workshop, but I think I have a plan on how to get one quicker. So then we leave. Okay, the Legion consists of 4,800. So let's go meet our army.
Arwe Legate. Welcome to the camp. I hope you will find everything to your satisfaction. I am Turius Orestes, the Primus Pilus of Legio Victrix.
And I am Ignatius Nazo. I serve as the Prefectus of this proud legion.
Please don't think I'm sucking up when I say that the way you took command during that ambush was some of the finest leadership I have seen in my career.
I am in agreement, Orestes. And it takes much to impress two jaded old soldiers like us. You can trust us. Orestes and I have served together on all of Consul Lucullus's campaigns in Asia. None know this legion better than we.
Victrix is a new legion, raised by Consul Lucullus, specifically for this campaign.
The men are young and lack experience, I'm sorry to say.
Ah, but they are eager to fight and make names for themselves, my friend. Don't underestimate the value of that. As Primus Pilus, I am the most experienced among the Legion's 60 Centuriones. I coordinate the command structure in battle, and ensure that your orders are executed expediently, and with utmost discipline. I will keep you abreast of the Legion's situation at all times.
Ah, yes. Orestes is the one every Legionarius looks to in battle, but I am the one they come to in camp. As the longest-serving member of this legion, it is my responsibility to oversee construction work and look after the legion's equipment. I will advise you on outfitting the legion and improving things around the camp. We will make Legio Victrix the finest fighting force Rome has ever seen. That sounds like a job for your Primus Pilus.
Indeed. Please follow me. We will select a few worthy Centuriones to lead the legion in battle.
Okay, so you can see there's more things that we have. Our party management. Nothing's really changed. We gained Caesar's broken sword. And this is where I'm going to suffer for not having any items. But that's okay. Obviously we have the new quest. But this one, the outpost management. So right now we have a level 1 barracks with the Roman numeral here. And if I assign somebody here, they will be able to get new recruits. We haven't looked at the recruits yet, so that's something you haven't seen yet, but that'll make sense in a second. If its barracks gets upgraded, then the level of the recruits will be a higher level. There's a speculator tent, an armory, a workshop, and a bath. Obviously, none of these have been built at all. This is where you take your injured people to, and they will be healed here for free, and they won't use your medicine, that you have. I was looking up here to point to it, but the key thing to understand with this whole mechanic is there's 4 new resources now. These are Legion resources versus party resources, and it's iron, tannery, which is leather, a farm, and wood, a lumber. And the Legion, when we take over certain parts of the map, the Legion has to go occupy like an iron mine and take control of it. And once they do, then that iron will be available for us. And in doing so, we can go to these upgrades, and you can see we have the 3 buildings unlocked, and then this one here is the oh, we got to get through this. It's talking about the resources. So this one here requires 1 iron and 1 leather. And once we do, we can build the armory, which would let us craft items and use recipes, things like that. This one up here is the speculator tent, and that takes a leather and a lumber. And then it just goes, like, here's your first farm that lets you take the bath and workshop. And then the stockpile is also a farm. So you're going to have to pick and choose how you spend your resources here. Excuse me. Okay, so you need a ton of resources to eventually get to here. And each one that you see here, like, I have to take over 1 tannery, I will have 1 and only 1 resource. I have to take over 1 iron mine. So if I go here, or this one, that's a new iron mine that I need. So I need a second iron mine to be able to do this one. So I just wanted to help you understand. You need to conquer a lot of stuff. And in my playthrough, I made it to here. And just this one. So I made 1, 2, 3, 4. So just to give you an idea of when I quit and started recording. So I have by no means have I played deep into the game. And then this is just color scheme stuff, which I don't know. I think I do like the Legion emblem is I do like I always forget what that's called with the wreath there, but there's a name for it. I just don't remember. And then the Praetorian emblem is us. So we're going to use the eagle. Then what's our colors? Like we could do that. And then when you see this, what this is saying is it was unlocked because a faction was permanently vanquished. And these are the default ones. So, anyways. I don't think I remembered to do this, did I? Negotiate a hostage exchange. Like, some of this is stuff that, you know, I did in another playthrough. Okay, last but not least, this is where some of these skills start to trigger. So, for example, this one here is a recruiter. So Bestia is a talented recruiter. So he increases the chance of new recruits matching the level skill of the Legatus, which is me. So I'm level 2 right now. If I can drag him and put him here like that, and then he's going to work this for 35 hours, and after the 35 hours, he'll recruit somebody between level 1 and 6, and that skill there will make sure that they're closer to my level. Now, obviously, this is more powerful to put him there. Once I'm level 7, for example, I may not have the level 2 upgrade in place, So I want it to be closer to 6 than 1 whenever he recruits people. Um, and then this person will choose not to eat, so it saves rations. And then if they're traveling with you, your group moves 5% faster. Heals people, as we said before. And then these are that one there. Yeah. So anyways, that's enough of that. So now we're going to follow this guy and get access to our new Legion.
I have prepared a list of the most outstanding Legionari for you.
So you just click on this building. And so we're going to recruit Centurions. And these guys are basically like your generals. They're going to lead the Legion in battle, because you don't lead them. They do. And then they have 4 command specializations, and those matter the most. Some of this other stuff does not, and we'll talk about that in a second. And then, okay, so when you recruit them as centurions to run the Legion, but you can also recruit them as praetorians, which becomes a part of your party. And here you can see this is our Legion. 482 of them are dispersed. So over time, they'll come back. We can spend money to replenish them. And then our 4 centurions will go here. And then so it's confusing, but let me just hire somebody and then it'll make sense. But so this guy is a princeps, which is one of those heavy, right? And so is this one. A Triarius is the support, like the medic type, and then the Valus is the rogue type, and then your archer, right? So, like I said, you can hire them to be a part of your party, or you can hire them to manage the Legion. So here's how this works. This skill, and this skill are used for managing the Legion. So he has logistics skill, which is good for morale. And he increases the morale based on the level of bath building and unlocks better loot. Okay. This increases the defense based on the level of walls, which reduces the amount of manpower lost and also cause the enemy army to scatter. And so you can see he has 2 levels of logistics he could get. This here is artillery, so kills enemy manpower based on the level of our stockpile building and can cause enemy to scatter. And then cavalry, increase aggression, which puts greater casualties on the enemy, and then more infantry. And look at this, logistics, right? So the 3 rightmost ones are for running the Legion. And then you can notice here, these are the skills, right? These skills are absolutely worthless if they're running the Legion. But if they join your party, then these Legion skills are worthless. And then the ones on the left matter. And then these skills over here matter. So if remember I told you I want another heavy in my party. Well, I want this guy, or this guy in my party. One of those 3 I want to add to my party, because those are the only 3 heavies that are available to me right now. I hope that's making some sense. 1 second. So yes, I want to hire one of these for my crew. Now, which one would I hire? Well, there's a couple things that come in. Indifferent is, I think, better than hesitant. So, like, this guy is probably the most loyal of the 3. This guy, of course, is a Vanguard, which is the middle one. This one is a mix of Vanguard and Veteran, which is, in my opinion, not as good. Because you don't want mixes, you want specialization. And then this one is also a mix. So that might have answered the question for us, right? So this guy's the one we want to hire. But the Centurion is for the Legion. And this guy is a great one for the Legion, because he has 3 different cards, or 3 different skills. Having a guy that specializes in one skill might be okay, but you still need all the other ones. Now let's keep going. Or I'm sorry. This here is right here. People are more likely to open up to a social praetorian. Increases the legion's morale by 4 every 35 hours while assigned to the bath. So this is a good one to have in your party. Further reinforcing. Well, actually, hold on. Well, there we go. So this is a good one to have in your party because you could assign him to the bath and he actually helps with the morale. And then the recruiter is also a great skill because we may want Bestia in our party, and but the thing is I need a second heavy that I always want in my party, so we got to think about this. Now these other skills, this one is good at scavenging materials. Also, I believe that if you assign them to the tactical items thing, they'll do better. This guy would be another healer, and that is a skill. So if he's managing our legions, he's reckless. He increases our aggression by 20%, but it decreases our defense by 10%. And these ones we already have. So you want somebody to do this, because you want to assign them to the workshop, and you don't want them to necessarily be a member of your party, like that's actually going into doing the missions and stuff. Because when they're doing this, they stay back at camp. So that's why, even though this is nice, I need a second heavy that's actually going to be, that can help us. This is an interesting one. He's a physician, and a medicus. But see, when he commands the legion, he improves the casualty survival rate. And he also has 3 of the skills. Only one of them, of course, unlocked at the point. This one's a really good one, but he's disgruntled. So he has bad loyalty. This one's very loyal, and all 4 of these are Legion-only skills. Look at that. Boy, we're getting a whole bunch of, guys that have all the same skills in one. All right, so out of all the people right now, they're not letting us hire for our party yet. They want us to hire for our legion. This guy is the perfect one. He's loyal. He has 3 skills that are different, even though only one of them, the other ones, he has to gain experience points to earn these ones. And then this here will make the legion increase its defense value, which is good. Less deaths for us. So we're going to hire him as a centurion. And there he is. He's one of the 4 generals that we can have. And so then we come back here, and they want us to hire all 4 right now. So this is where we got to just keep going. And here's a great one for... we need that for our party. These guys aren't bad for the party, but this one, if he wasn't disgruntled, I would actually hire him for the generals. I may still do it. Yeah, this is the guy you want to assign to your scavenger tent. So he would be a good hire. A lot of artillery. I guess the skills matter too, right? You want somebody who has good skills. So we got 3 archers here. It wouldn't hurt to hire people that are different classes. I think I'm just trying to out of the princeps. He's hesitant. We don't have a lot of loyal people here. Alright, we gotta hire 4. So let's make up your mind, Jeff, right? So this one has all 3 again. I just got finished saying he was perfect for the party. Dang it. So this one's... What do we have right now? We already have artillery as the active. Because remember, those other two don't fill in until he gains more experience points. So we need points in all 4 of these categories as much as we can right now. Which means we need something like this instead of that. So in terms of a princeps, we're going to go ahead and hire this one. And now we got 1 of each. And then we need a wheel. So this guy might not be bad, but I think I mentioned that I might want him for that. If that's the one I was looking at. It was. That's 3 wheels. Wheel and horse is what we need. Here's a horse. It's a brawler. I actually don't care for brawlers that much, so... that's the one that was going to be our crafty guy. This one right here. So that means we can hire the other one. He can work in the workshop. Man, this is getting tough. I'm being really selective, and I apologize, but here's a horse. Perfect. We're going to hire this one for our horse. So here you can see we got all 3. We just need a wheel. So I'm going to have to bite the bullet and hire one of these wheel guys. Oh, I don't know how important it is to unlock stratagems quicker. So this guy can't do both jobs. That's the problem. And neither can this one. That's not a wheel guy anyway. So I'm looking at either this one or this one. And I think this is the one we wanted to hire. Yeah, so it's got to be this guy. So we're going to hire him. And there we go. Our party's full. We got our 4 guys. We have 1 of each skill, which is a balanced start. I mean, you could have gone in with 4 catapults if you really wanted, but it just means that you got to be careful about these, and it'll make sense later. But what's going to happen is the enemy is going to choose a strategy. They call them stratagems, and that strategy is going to give us a -1 to one of these, or a -2. Or a -1 to 2 different ones, right? And so then these will get reduced to 0. And if they start to get into the negative, we're going to take extra penalties during the battle, and our 4 generals are going to be at risk for getting killed in a battle. Like, stuff like that's going to happen. And so what we do then is we assign our own stratagem, and then each of these guys, like one of these guys gets to be the lead general. And so all those skills get added to this, and then that counteracts the stratagems that they're doing. And the point is you always want to have positive numbers. Okay. So we did our recruiting, and for whatever reason that's...
We're a little bruised after the ambush, but Mytilene is poorly defended from a land assault. And this time, they won't catch us with our pants down. Such a display would certainly be good for morale. Let's plan our attack once we have the region under control. I will prepare the Legion to march on your orders.
Alright, now I'm going to click on this again. Eventually there's a higher Praetorian option that shows up. I don't know what causes that to happen. And then what happens is we get to add these guys to our party. But apparently that is not... excuse me. Apparently that's not now. So we have... skills. Looks like everybody leveled up again. Yeah, we definitely got to get this to level 2. I think this is going to be extremely handy if we need it. This is our medic guy. The cure is really good. So is this. They're both good. I'm going to do this one first. And then the focus is awesome. The dodging is interesting. Sometimes, I mean, it is just a focus. So basically, if I was, because I'm always worried about getting hit back. So I can go up and I can hit him and then turn on dodge, which will give me a 50% chance of avoiding any damage at all. It's not bad. Yeah, let's do that. And then our archer, this was the big combo. This, as you saw, there's reasons to need it, right? Because when they get up next to you, you need to back away from them. Then you can do this skill, which will push them away, and then they won't get a free hit on you. After you push them away, you can then run, right? So this is very nice. Now this, if I upgrade it, I'm still only going to be able to damage 2. It still does 8 to 11 damage, but the angle of the cone is bigger. So I actually think I'm going to do this one. And then 100% critical chance if the range attack is against adjacent characters. I don't... Yeah. You still take... You take an opportunity attack against you if you do that. This is like a really silly skill. But that's okay. I got plenty of points to spend elsewhere. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I guess I have to win this battle before I can hire Praetorians, and that's fine. And as I said, this guy here is the guy that does these actions. I mean, it's even silly that he's standing here.
Have you seen the new legatus?
I have not. Are we? Shall we talk about how to improve our legion's camp? I have some ideas. In my opinion, we should start by establishing an armory. We'll need a smith to staff it, but we can deal with that once we have the necessary equipment. We should also get you some better furnishings. Minucius Thermus took most of his property with him when he relinquished his post. That's a good idea. Prima Italica could probably spare him. They have others in their camp who could take his position. Precisely. Later, I would advise you to establish a proper stockpile and build a workshop to outfit the Legion with siege equipment and such. For now, we just need to make sure we have someone who can forge a good sword. Well, it seems to me you are a more hands-on kind of commander than Thermus was. If you spend much time in the field, you'll need certain supplies. Peeler to throw, posca to drink, bandages for your Praetorian Guard. With the right improvements, we will be able to keep you well stocked. We must gain control of the resources necessary to construct and maintain these things. We need iron for an armory and probably lumber to furnish your tent. Either way, we will need a tannery. Unfortunately, Lesbos is a very small island without much in the way of these resources. Once we leave this island and begin to take back the mainland, deploy the Legion to capture mines, lumber mills, tanneries, or farms. Come and see me again when we control some of these resources. Then
we're not going to be able to do this for a long time. Sorry, my son is contacting me about our upcoming trip, and I keep getting interrupted. Okay, so now they're explaining that we have to dispatch our Legion. So there's two things. There's me moving, right? That's me moving my party. And then there's clicking on this to assign my Legion to a mission. And so this is information about our Legion. It's going to take 1 hour and 26 minutes for them to march here. And the morale right now is minus 20. And so really low. We have a army strength of 2695, and the enemy has 1397. And you can see that we're going to get a -2 to our wheel when we go to attack the outpost. So, and then of course we got our 4 1s here. So there's nothing to do at this point other than just attacking the outpost. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Then I'm going to hit the space bar. I could also, yeah, I'm just going to hit the space bar and we're going to move forward. And there you go. The Legion made it there. We're going to resolve the battle. So they're explaining a lot of the stuff I just explained. So this is our overview. So they applied the -2 wheel. Alright, so now I have to choose which of the governors or which of the generals I want to have to be the lead general. So what they're telling us is that we got a resource gain, increase the amount of supplies that we get for winning. Survival chance is how likely the Centurion's going to die in this battle. Anything below 100 seems to trigger. I've done battles where I'm like, oh, it's at 90%, and then it's like my guy dies. You definitely want that to be very high, 100% at best. Then insubordination is, because like this guy's hesitant. He has a 30% chance of ignoring me. Okay, so which one do we pick? Well, so like you see, if I pick this one, he adds another horse. So all four of them already add one of each to the battle, and here you can see like this is risk to commander. Like look at these are all the different things. So the values, right? So we're at -1, and you can see missing legionary 50. Right? And then over here, enemy manpower -50 because we're at +1. And then here, enemy manpower, enemy morale. I could do this, which makes the horse 2. We preferably want the wheel, right? So that at least negates their penalty. And it puts our wheel at 0 going into the battle. But then we have a 10% insubordination risk. That's pretty low. The good thing, though, is the 20% casualty survival rate is our Legion will have a better chance of surviving. But what's interesting is there's no resource gain for this guy. These two have resource gains, so we can gain extra resources. And then, of course, this one just gives us extra defense. So there's all kinds of reasons to choose which one of which. But for this one, I'm going to choose, I just want to get rid of all the negative numbers, right? So here you can see missing legionaries -50, and then if I do that, that makes that go away. So I'm going to go ahead and choose him. So now the battle's actually happening. And so
how should we position the troops?
They chose a strategy that now modified the numbers again. So what we saw before was just, okay, that's what their general does. Now they chose a strategy, so we got to choose one. And so yes, we can choose, like, if we choose protected flank, we might get a bonus like this. And that's what we got to do. And we can construct a workshop to get more and more of these. And this is the strength bar. The blue is good, red is bad. And again, we can always hover over to see what the bonuses are. And in this case, they chose something that brought us to 0 here and -1 there. So I'm looking at my situation, and I would like a wheel. I'm not going to be able to improve the card unless I go here. So let's say I select that one. You can see we're going to lose 50 legionary, but we're going to affect them in this way. Or if I select protected flank, it's going to be more positive for us. So I'm going to choose protected flank, and then hit confirm. And you can see this is what they're doing to us. So they just lost 46. We lost 19. They lost 46. We lost 19 or 18. And now it's a new strategy.
Our legion has engaged the enemy.
You can see they got that to negative, which increase our or decrease our morale. So we probably want to get a catapult out there. We have two options. This one would be 0131 0203. So let's check this out. A 3 would get us a common loot reward. And this one would give us extra defense. I'm going to take the common loot reward. I like that one. So let's do that. So they just blast 53. We lose 20. And you can always hit proceed to skip this animation that's going on. And no, we do not play until this goes to 0. If you're worried that this is going to take forever, it's like 4, maybe 5 or 6 of these. Okay, so they did a -1-1, and we still carry over. And so now we can, all 3 of them, give us a -1 to our logistics. But this one gives us a nice +1 to each other thing. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Alright, so now this is a bad one. Oh, we're victorious. That's what's happening here. So what we could do is we could celebrate, which raises our morale by 6. This is our morale. It's in horrible shape. We can show mercy. Well, here. 50 legionary are going to be missing. This just increases our aggression, which doesn't really do much for us. Right? We can give chase, which, again, this is the only thing that matters, is this one at the end. And it tells you enemy manpower is going to get reduced. Because sometimes so what happens is after you defeat them, they do run away, the ones that are alive, and they join some other legion somewhere else. So you got to fight them again. This one would get us 50 to 100 manpower back. Because, you know, some people flee battle or get lost or, they're missing. And then they come back. So right here, we got 50 that are going to go missing. This would bring back that 50 and maybe even more. But right now, I'm concerned about the -20 morale. Each point of morale adds 10 points of strength. And morale can range. And so this one will give us 6 morale. So I'm going to do that one.
Sinite milites exultare.
So we won, and they're basically rushing them off the field. So the day is ours. Our legion earned 10 experience. And if we unlock the enemy scatters effect, or if the enemy has nowhere near to retreat to, the army will be destroyed. Then we have a spoils of war. And remember, because we had enough logistics that we earned a loot. And we're going to look over the screen, of course. So here's what we get for just winning the war. Because remember, the one guy could have given us an extra 15%. What it's talking about is this. So 29 slaves, 87 money. So this would have been boosted by 15%, which is, an extra $8. Extra $10. An extra. And then the battle rewards, this is what we got for the logistics getting up to the +2 or whatever. So we get a common loot cache. And that gave us this, which is pretty sizable. This is really nice, and that is also really nice. This is, average, but we'll take it. So there you go. And this shows like a summary of the battle, how we ended up, and then you can see that everybody, after the battle's over, the guy who I made the lead general, he gained experience points, and his wheel's starting to fill up. So eventually, I could get him to fill up all 3 wheels, potentially. Or if I do this guy, I can have points in 3 different categories. But the experience points, this is for the whole legion. They gain experience points as well, but the overall general is going to get points. I would swear to you, I think these other ones also get experience, but not as much. Yeah, so there you go. We won. And this is the weird part, is it's all black because we're off the screen. I don't know why it scrolled so badly. And there we are. So we now have control of this. I'm going to move our group in there.
I just want to charge the walls of Mytilene and cut down every last Greek within that city.
If what I hear is true, you won't have to wait long. The higher-ups are planning a swift counterattack.
So we got to discuss with our Primus Pilus.
All is well, I hope.
And then this is a little comical coming here.
Congratulations on your unexpected promotion. I quite regret teasing you when we first met. Does this advancement mean you have more denarii to spend? What are you talking about? I've always respected you. Now, I respect you even more. Now, I assume you're here to buy something.
Alright, so you can see here, that's lower price than normal. Yeah, nothing's changed yet in terms of those resources. So we'll leave it be. Let's go talk to our Primus, which is this guy.
To simple men, conquest seems trivial. You, on the other hand, recognize the intricacies of such an operation. Fortuna favors the bold, they say. We have encircled Mytilene, but we still need to take the city itself. Archelaus is an arrogant man, but nevertheless, a skillful general. We are mobilizing for a direct assault on the city. The fortress must fall swiftly. The harbor is filled with burned shipwrecks. No triarchs could get through all the debris.
Aha, see, look. Our decision from earlier.
Ah, the man with whose ship you came here. Good idea. Geminus has a reputation as a highly skilled navigator. As always, we are ready to march on your order, Legate.
Alright, and then as we build things, like this table becomes, you know, how you replenish your tactical items. And then this is just another way to get to the same screen we were already at. So there's a physical location on the map, and then, or you could just go here and click here. As you know, I started to really favor doing this. So the optional talk to Geminus requires us to leave town, and so I think we're gonna do that. I don't think there's anything else we need to do in here.
Our way.
And then off we go. And then see, the Legion left this, so the walls and stuff disappear. It becomes like a tiny little camp. We're back to Lulu Kulikululu.
Salve, son. Do you need anything?
At your service,
Alright, there's nothing to say there. The reason we're here, though, is to talk to this guy. It's just sometimes, like, while you're there, you gotta check. Because sometimes a new dialogue pops up. I don't have a mastery on when I'm supposed to do the check and when I'm not supposed to. But here we go.
My friend, I'd heard you'd been made legatus by the consul himself. It is an honor to have hosted you on my galley. And I meant it, wholeheartedly. Please tell me how this humble Triarchus can be of assistance. I can do that. It's the least I can do to thank you. Listen, my friend, I feel compelled to come clean. Your friend the gladiator was not wrong about me. I had given our route to the rebels of Lesbos. Since you spared my life, I've laid awake every night racked with guilt. I wish I could make myself deserving of your mercy. If that's all it takes, I shall consider myself twice blessed by the gods for your magnanimity. I will prepare the ship at once and sail to the north of the island. Meet me near Mytilene, and I'll do the rest.
Okay, we're ready to go. Because there was two ways to do this. We could have assaulted the city directly, or this little sneaky stuff. And obviously, if you killed the guy, you don't get to do the sneaky stuff. So, the place we need to go, of course, is always highlighted here. Obviously, see, I think, see how they're all locked? And I kept telling you we can recruit more people, we can recruit... the recruiting more people happens when this stuff is no longer locked. Because you can, like, say, hey, I don't like Bistia, and stop bringing him in your missions.
It's the end for you, Archelaus. Yield, if you know what's good for you. Oh, great and terrible Romans. Thank you ever so much for your mercy and consideration. I have been trembling in fear of your arrival. Should I fall on my knees and beg for my life?
This is inability to detect sarcasm.
So, my fate is in your hands right now. And who told you it's fine to interrupt a conversation between two adults?
Watch your tongue. You're talking to the commander of Legio Witrix.
This young boy is barely fit to command a traveling band of jugglers. Did you really think you could challenge me here, of all the places? This is my island now. You are nothing but a nuisance. I am not like the others you have faced. In your arrogance, you thought you could sneak into Mytilene's harbor a second time and take its commander's head. Predictable and pathetic. You are at my mercy now, just as I planned it. After I kill you, I'm coming for your consul.
Okay, so there are a lot of people. Some of them are down and bleeding, and the medics can bring them up. The green belong to us, which is good. So these guys are going to come in and help us, but they're very weak. They're not going to do much. These two green will help us, though. There's a medic here, and there's one here. And then this is the big problem child. So you got two archers up on advantage on us. And then this guy, look at all the armor he has. Right here, pay attention. All those things are armor. So even if we get his shield down, which it is, every damage we do gets absorbed by that armor. So we have to use the pilums, which are those little javelins, to shred him. Or we could shred him with our spears too. So he needs to be shredded like cheese in order to finally get damage done on him. The hard part with this particular battle is these stairs tend to be crammed. So in my situation, he was standing right here, blocking me from being able to use the ladder, and I was only able to move one person up the stairs, so only one person could actually attack him. It was really annoying. This is a chance to pick up some javelins, which we could use to shred him. These two archers are going to be very annoying. Beyond that, This medic would be nice to take out so it doesn't start picking up these people who are already down. There's another medic here. Same deal. So yeah, we gotta sort all this out. So I'm gonna put the archer here, which then protects the archer from counter archers. And we do need to take that medic down. So my heavy would probably be best to be the one that charges up, because these archers are going to have a hard time getting through his shield. But before my heavy charges up, it would be nice to get one of these Pelims so he can use it on him. So what's the right order here? You know what? I think we probably need to just have the heavy over here. And then, yeah, these three guys have to take those three. That's right, we could have one come and help over here. I will come help over here. And then leave these two to there. Okay. Yeah, here it's explaining the armor. Reduces damage by 1 point. Alright, so it's only going to do 1 damage because it's too far away. I'm just going to damage it because I think these two guys can really finish it off. And then come back over and help with the middle here. And then this guy, my biggest decision is, do I charge? Because if I can get up here, that at least makes it so this guy doesn't block everything. Yeah, I'm going to charge up. And then we can pick up a Pelem too while we're at it. And face the archer. Here we go. So you can see those two guys, all they did was take out the armor, nothing else. Alright, so we did get 2 of our 3 shields. We could increase our shields with this. This is where it gets interesting. Like, I don't know. Yeah, see, that's going to cause a... he'll retaliate if I hit him with the Pelem. But the thing is I'm not going to do any damage to this guy if I don't. And he has shields. Let's figure out what to do with him last. She's on fire, which is good. Let's start with the one that's right next to everybody. I was not expecting that. Alright, so we got the Pelum. Then if I run over to here, I can actually, oh, see, not quite. Come up, get the Pelum, and then come back. Not quite in range. Archer will do the same. Yeah, but this time we're gonna stay green and finish the medic off. We don't want anybody resurrected. And then we have me. Oh, there's none left. That was a worthless run, and I already had one. Oh, I wasn't thinking there, was I? Alright, so we basically just did a out and back. This is destroyable. It has 10 health. So now we just got our guy, and we got to figure out what to do with him. Ideally, I would like to get next to this archer, so I'll do this. So we shredded 2. Picked up another one. Gonna run around to the archer. Only did 1 slashing. My biggest problem is I have no shield. They're not shooting me though.
We stay here. They must fight on our
You're going after that green guy. Oh, and he's going way down there. Wow. That's just gonna take out armor. They killed that archer, which is good. Alright, I think I'm okay with how this is going. I'm gonna figure out what to do with him later. Everybody has a Pelum, or whatever you want to call it. So if I select this, there we go. We just shredded him twice. As you can see, I can't quite run around. So I think what I'm going to try to do is destroy this. Which I did. So now that pathway's open. I don't know what the best move is. I'll go ahead and move through, but... Alright, so then we have our archer here, who also has one. So we're going to just bring the archer out. We can shred him. And then let's try to take out that archer up there. And I'm going to put him on fire. Alright, then we have... I can't quite get there. But again... And these pilas that you get out of the thing, they don't carry over to the next mission like the one that he has. And we'll get behind him. Then we have me, which I have a Pelum. These ones are called Pilas, if I remember correctly. But I'm going to go in and do this.
Couldn't have done it better myself.
So we shredded him and killed him. Easy peasy.
The defenders are scattering. They know they're beat without Archelaus to command them.
I don't think there's any danger of reinforcements. Shall we make our way back to Lucullus's camp and let the consul know the battle is won? Good idea.
Don't ever
I'll wait
choose
here.
to leave.
Just let me know when you're ready to leave.
Because you need to loot. Look at this. We got his sword, which is awesome. And then there's stuff laying everywhere. So, I don't know what the most efficient way is to go around and collect everything, but there's some money, there's some, that's a regular item. This is, I think, it's like an elite, it's pristine, they call it. So there's a blue one in between. There's a level in between that's blue. And then, of course, let's just go over it real quick. Like, you got gold, which is unique. That's pristine, and those are worn. And right here's a blue one. That's good. So, lots of different levels, and the color helps us. One second. Okay, so let's keep going. Almost everything you pick up is good. I mean, maybe some of these regular items are trash, but even those, as you saw, we can dismantle them and turn them into stuff. The higher grade they are, the better stuff they turn into, of course. If I remember correctly, there's something way back here. Now, the Z and X buttons spin around, which drives me nuts, because most games it's Q and E, but not in this one. There's one there. Done. Alright, what are you doing to me? Oh, come on. They're not letting me loot that guy. Oh, there's this one up here, and this person. In some ways, it is silly that you have to walk all over the map just to collect these things. And it's even sillier because sometimes they hide them. But, I don't know. It's also part of the fun. Yeah, you win a hard battle, and then you, this is sort of like your reward. But yeah, these treasure chests are everywhere. And when you find food, those help improve your rations. The money, of course, is money. I don't think you ever find slaves doing this. What was the fourth? Oh, the herbs are medicine. So you will find medicine. And then, of course, that's crafting. Let's try this guy on the stairs one more time. That time it didn't select a point on the ground, so I think this one's going to work. There we go. Alright, and then I thought I saw something back here. There's the one. That one's buried way in the corner here. just standing there. Yeah, really nice one. 5 pristine salvage. That's excellent. I think we're done. I mean, I guess we could look one last time, but and thank goodness you could the highlights stay highlighted, you know, just by hitting Alt once. That does make it easier to find these things. I would have been very frustrated if I had to walk all over all these buildings, clicking on every object. You know, does that work? Does that work? Does that work? You know what I mean? I mean, that would have been horrible. So whoever designed it and actually gave us that feature, well done.
Are you ready to leave? The console will be proud. We fought like wolves today.
Congratulations, young man. That was quite an impressive display of command proficiency and valor. Humility is virtuous indeed. However, the best of troops are useless without a good commander. You would do well to remember this.
Unfortunately, you will get to test your abilities again soon. Except Asia Minor is still not under control.
Cotta failed. The Pontic army has now laid siege to Chalcedon. The pirates will retreat to Asia to support their patron, Mithridates Megas.
We do not know. Mithridates' forces vastly outnumber Cotta's legion. We must transfer our troops to Asia and quickly subjugate the region. Hopefully, we will break the siege in time to save our fellow Romans.
When do we leave?
Make your preparations. We leave at dawn's first light.
Okay, so tutorial's finally over. And
we've been assigned to visit Weetrix's camp tomorrow and train their Scorpius teams.
Be sure to bring them some Posca as a peace offering, so they don't just see you as some know-it-all who thinks you're better than them.
I mean, technically, there's, I think we gotta travel to fully end the tutorial, but let's, so the sector's conquered. Alright, so we're gonna take this ship over to enemy territory here.
With Cotta's fleet defeated, it will take some time to move the legions into Asia.
We should relocate Legio Witrix first. Your Legionari have been sitting idle too long, Consul. They've just about put down roots.
Agreed. The task of picking our path to Chalcedon will be up to you. Scout ahead with the Speculatores, then use Victrix to pacify the province. I will follow with Legio Prima Italica to help you hold the territory you take. That is a wise plan, but Cotta's precarious situation does not leave us much time for caution.
Then we must learn on our feet, Domine.
The bulk of Mithridates' army is besieging Kazikos, the only city in Asia that resisted him. With his local allies, he is too great a force for us to face. If you can discover a way to turn the other regions here against Mithridates, and make them withdraw their forces from the siege, that would aid us greatly.
What about the traitor? The one who lured the Legion into Archelaus' ambush? He should be killed, like the cockroach he is.
Good that you mention it. I believe we may have found him. A Centurio called Cassius. Not precisely, but it appears he was originally from Troas. I would say it's a safe bet you'll find him somewhere in that region. He probably had help. Jumping to conclusions is unproductive. But I suspect he's working for Vitellius Skywiller.
Forgive me, Domine, but what makes you think so?
It's merely a suspicion. We shall talk about this later. Remember, he's no use to us dead. Visit me in my legion's camp when you have questioned him.
If we're talking about interrogating spies, Calidus should be part of this. Where is he?
Seasick? On this short crossing? I have stepped in puddles of water with more current than this.
Yeah, so tutorial's not quite over. Now we got the big reveal. So we, of course, had to remove the armor because she's seasick, and then, of course, she can't hide her fact that she's a woman.
This is not the time to talk about that. I had a feeling you knew about it. I just couldn't figure out why you didn't bring it up. I didn't mean to pull you into my deception. I just wanted to give you a little more time to earn my trust.
So, I think this is gonna score some big brownie points.
Good. I
There we
seek to
go.
be judged on my merits as a scout, a soldier, and a spy. Nothing more and
She's a
nothing
great
less.
archer.
It's about time you two met.
I could never have maintained the deception for so long without the consul's help.
I was shocked at first, but Callida had more than proven her worth by the time she revealed the truth to me.
I can't say this comes as a surprise. I figured you had your reasons to keep the secret, so I played along.
By all the gods, you are a great woman.
Oh, wonderful. It's turning into a whole thing.
Yeah,
When
that's what
this
happens
war
when you
is
keep
over,
secrets.
I will court you. You and I will produce strong children.
I will attempt to take that as a compliment. I really am sorry I had to lie to you all. If you can find it in your hearts to forgive me, I will be honest with you from now on. You too, Legate. Truly.
You have every right to feel betrayed. But I want you to keep Julia Callida in your contubernium. Militarily, you're an irreplaceable asset together.
For what it's worth, I want to stay.
I'll leave you two to catch up. I have an invasion to plan.
Okay, so she hugely approved 3 things. Her loyalty, I think, is through the roof now. Which is good, because you want your primary party members to be loyal. And so, they're still crossing the sea. Bam. Alright, so we're going to start exploring. This is enemy territory. They have a town that's right here. I mean, even though it's Fog of War, but that's where the quest marker is. And then what we got to do is our legion has to come across and conquer this. And meanwhile, there's goodies that we can pick up along the way. And then here's like the tannery I was telling you about. So once the legion conquers this, they can take the tannery, and then we get our first resource. Now, one thing to understand is when you conquer a region, there's always a pacification mission. So it's twofold steps. First, we have to conquer a region with a legion, and that legion has to stay there. If they leave, it gets taken back immediately. The pacification mission is the RPG element of the game, and that's where we come in with our merry band of small party, and you do some kind of, clandestine mission, and you pacify the region, and then once that mission's successful, then the legion can do stuff throughout the region and start to pacify the whole region. Alright, I am going to end it here. Thanks for watching. As always, stay awesome.